The phone rings, you don't recognize the number, but you answer anyway. Because what if it's important? What if someone needs you, and the voice on the other end sounds serious, official, urgent, and just like that, your heart rate goes up a little. If that feeling is familiar, that mix of obligation and unease when the phone rings, you are not alone, and you are not naive for feeling it. These calls are designed by people who are very good at what they do. They know exactly which words to use. They know exactly how to make you feel like you have no choice. But you do have a choice. By the time this is over, you'll know exactly which calls to hang up on, and why doing it without guilt or hesitation is one of the smartest things you can do to protect yourself. I want to talk about something that doesn't get discussed enough, not because people don't know it's a problem, but because the people it happens to are often too ashamed to bring it up afterward. And I understand that shame. I do, because these calls don't target foolish people. They target good people, trusting people, people who were raised to be polite, to take things seriously when someone in authority speaks, to help when someone says they need help. That's not a weakness. That is a lifetime of decent character being used against you. So today I want to walk you through the calls that are designed to do exactly that. The calls built to confuse you, rush you, frighten you, and separate you from your money or your information before you have time to think clearly. And I want to give you something simple, something you can use the next time the phone rings and something feels off. Permission to hang up. That's it, just hang up. No explanation, no apology, no let me think about it. Just hang up. Before we go further, the stories in this video are composite illustrations. They are drawn from patterns many people have experienced, shaped to feel real because they are real in their essential truth. No one person is named or identified. Nothing here is legal or financial advice. If you believe you have been targeted, there are real resources available to help, and I'll mention them as we go. Now, let's talk about the calls. Call 1, the government impersonator. The voice says they're from the IRS, or Social Security, or Medicare, or sometimes a sheriff's department. They sound official. They use your full name. They may even have the last 4 digits of your Social Security number, which feels alarming, because how would they know that if they weren't real? Here's what you need to know. The IRS does not call you out of the blue to demand immediate payment. They send letters first, multiple letters, through the mail. If there is a real issue with your taxes, you will hear about it in writing before anyone calls. Social Security will not call to tell you your number has been suspended. Your Social Security number cannot be suspended. That is not a thing that happens. Medicare will not call to ask you to confirm your card number or your bank details to keep your coverage active. Your coverage does not work that way. And no government agency, none, will ever ask you to pay a debt or a fine using gift cards, ever. If the voice on the phone is telling you to go to a store, buy gift cards and read the numbers to them, that is a scam, full stop. A man I'll call Walter, 74 years old, retired engineer, sharp as they come, got a call like this. The voice said he owed back taxes, said there was a warrant for his arrest if he didn't pay by end of day. Walter was terrified. He drove to 3 different stores. He bought cards. He read the numbers over the phone. He lost a significant amount of money in one afternoon. Afterward, he told his son, "I knew something felt wrong. But they kept saying I had no time, and I panicked." That urgency, that feeling that you have no time, no choice, no way out, is the weapon. Real government agencies do not create that feeling. They give you time. They give you options. They give you paperwork. If anyone on the phone makes you feel like you must act right now or something terrible will happen, that is your signal. Hang up. Call 2. The grandparent scam. This one is harder to talk about, because it works on love. The call comes in, a young voice, slightly muffled. "Grandpa, it's me." And you say a name, because of course you do. You want it to be them. "Yeah," the voice says, "it's me." And then the story comes. They're in trouble, an accident, jail, a hospital in another city. They need money, fast. And please, please don't tell mom and dad. I've heard from people this happened to. People who wired money the same day. People who drove to Western Union in a panic. People who for hours believed their grandchild was sitting in a jail cell somewhere. The shame that comes after, when the real grandchild calls and everything unravels, that shame is not deserved, not for a single moment, because the people running this call are professionals. They research families, they know names, they know how to cry convincingly. They know that a grandparent's instinct to protect is one of the most powerful forces in the world. Here's what to do if this call comes. Hang up and call your grandchild directly on the number you already have for them, not a number the caller gives you. Your number, the one in your contacts. If they answer, and they almost always will, the relief will be immediate. If something in you hesitates before making that call because you're afraid to find out it might be real, I understand that. That hesitation is human, but make the call, because the truth, whatever it is better than sending money to a stranger based on a voice on a phone. Call 3. The bank fraud alert. Your phone rings. The caller ID says it's your bank. The voice sounds professional, calm, helpful. They say they've detected suspicious activity on your account. They need to verify your identity to protect you. They ask for your account number, your PIN, the security code on the back of your card. This call feels different from the others. It feels like help. It feels like someone looking out for you. Here's what your bank will tell you, and you can call them and ask this directly. Your real bank will never call you and ask for your full account number, your PIN, or your card security code over the phone. They already have that information. They don't need you to read it back to them. If you get a call like this and something feels off, do this. Hang up. Then call your bank back using the number on the back of your card, or the number on your statement, not a number the caller gives you, not a number you Google in a hurry. The number you already have, the one from the card in your wallet. If the fraud was real, your bank will know, and you'll have called them yourself, on your terms, without giving anyone anything. If the call was a scam, and it very likely was, you just protected yourself completely. One hang up, one call back, that's all it takes. Call 4, the prize or sweepstakes call. You've won something, a cruise, a cash prize, a new car. You don't remember entering anything, but the caller is enthusiastic, warm, congratulatory. They make you feel good. All you have to do is pay a small fee to release the prize, or provide your bank details so they can deposit your winnings. Here is a simple rule that has never failed anyone. If you have to pay to receive a prize, it is not a prize, it is a purchase, and a suspicious one at that. Legitimate sweepstakes, real ones, do not ask winners to pay fees. Do not ask for bank account numbers over the phone. Do not pressure you to decide immediately or the prize goes to someone else. The urgency, again, is the tell. Real good fortune does not have a countdown clock. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Not because you're not deserving of good things, you are, but because the people making these calls are counting on hope, on the part of us that still wants to believe that something wonderful might just fall into our lap. That hope is not foolish, but it is something worth protecting. Hang up and protect it. Call 5, the charity or disaster relief call. Something terrible has happened in the news. A hurricane, a fire, a community in need, and the phone rings, someone asking for donations for the victims, right now, by card, over the phone, and part of you wants to help, because that's who you are. Here's the truth about this one. Legitimate charities exist, real ones, good ones, organizations that do important work and accept donations responsibly, but they do not cold call you the day after a disaster and pressure you to give by credit card over the phone right now. Real charities have websites, they have track records, they can be looked up, they welcome your time to decide. If someone calls asking for money for a cause, however worthy it sounds, you are allowed to say, "Send me something in writing and I'll look it over." A real organization will do exactly that. A scammer will push back, will say there's no time, will say the need is urgent and the moment is now. That push, that pressure is your answer. Hang up, and if the cause genuinely moves you, find the organization yourself, look them up, donate on your own terms through your own research. Your generosity deserves to go where you intend it to go. So there they are, 5 calls: the government impersonator, the grandparent scam, the fake bank alert, the prize caller, the false charity. 5 different voices, 5 different stories, one common thread: urgency, pressure, the feeling that you have no time and no choice. That feeling is manufactured, it is a tool, and now that you can recognize it, it loses most of its power. Here's what I want you to take from today. Hanging up is not rude. It is not paranoid. It is not the act of someone who has become bitter or suspicious of the world. It is the act of someone who understands that their time, their money, and their peace of mind belong to them, and that not every voice that comes through a phone deserves access to any of those things. If you ever feel uncertain about a call, if something feels off, even a little, trust that feeling, hang up, then call back using a number you already have and trust. That's it. That's the whole protection. And if something like this has happened to you, if you've been on the receiving end of one of these calls and it didn't end well, I want you to hear this clearly. It was not your fault. These calls are built by people who study human nature, who know exactly how to reach past your defenses, who are practiced and patient and professional at what they do. Being deceived by them does not make you foolish. It makes you human. If it happened, consider reporting it. The FTC has a website, reportfraud.ftc.gov, where you can file a report. It won't always get your money back, but it helps build the picture that protects other people. And talk to someone you trust, not to be judged, just to be heard, because shame is what these callers count on to keep you silent, and silence is the only thing that lets them keep doing this. You are not a target because you are weak. You are a target because you are decent, because you respond to authority, because you love your family, because you still believe in helping people when they need it. Those are not flaws, those are the best parts of who you are. Protect them. And the next time the phone rings and something feels wrong, you already know what to do. If something in this video felt familiar, or if you have a story you're willing to share, I'd be glad to hear from you in the comments. You might help someone else recognize a call before it goes too far. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.